A Rasta man must know about orthodoxy. I can't call myself by Haile Selassie name and me know say Haile Selassie practice orthodoxy. How I go and come tell the Orthodox Church that you must baptize man in the name of Rastafari? The head of the Orthodox Church is the only person who Haile Selassie removes his hat to, you know. The king in the country who does not remove his hat because he's the king. When he sees the head of the church, he removes his hat. And the priest offer him the cross and he kisses the cross and bow him head to the priest and the priest touch him head on the cross and kiss the cross and he can put the hat back on after that. Right? We must know if we call ourselves by the name of the man, then we must be loyal to the things that the man put down. I can't call myself a Rasta and I'm making up the rules. That's the thing I have with some Jamaican Rasta. Yo, Haile Selassie said this, yeah? Where them said that? Where? Show me where him said that. Haile Selassie a woman for there round yassa. Really? When did he say that? Show me. Have you ever read him book yet? You ever? You see, that's the ignorancy of the movement, which I tell you, said, despite that the movement has still got to where it is, but it doesn't have a structured dogma enough. And so questions like what you're asking, what is the Rastaman's political position, what else could it be than the fact to be loyal to the constitution that Rastafari give us, which said there must be a king. That king must be of the line of Haile Selassie I, right? So politically we want the restoration of the monarchy in Ethiopia. We do, and we can't go around that. There's no way we can go around that. If the monarchy of Ethiopia is to disappear and be removed forever, then what is to be left? What is Rasta going to be then? Huh? What is it going to be?
Would you say to those who say Rasta is by definition radical blackness?
What's radical about it?
Is that enough?
No. What's radical about Rasta? Rasta is brilliant, but I don't know that it's radical. There's nothing radical about Rasta because Japan as an emperor never gave him up and they got bombed twice. Netherlands has a queen, Sweden has a queen, Belgium has a queen, Spain has a king, England has a queen, Denmark, who else? Rasta came about as the black man trying to define himself in a modern world. So if the white people have a king and queen to sit at the world table, when we want a king or a queen to sit at the table for us too, and that king and queen must be of us. So at the time when Rasta came about, when we looked at Africa, where was Africa? Europe had taken all of it. The only part of the continent that we could find that was still intact with its with a lineage back to its original thing, uninterrupted, was Ethiopia. So Ethiopia shined like a lighthouse, like a beacon in this darkness that had overcome Africa. And when we talk about the dark continent, you know, I know the people make it dark, you know. Europe invasion and fuckery where them bring come down there, that make it dark. The exploitation and the slavery and the raping and the pillaging and the war where them bring to the people. But the light was still shining, and that is why Rasta couldn't have come about any other way. There was nobody in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Ghana for us to look towards to say this person is free and unhindered and is not a product of white supremacy and white colonization. But we could do that in Ethiopia. After them beat the Italians and say, you can't come round here. That's when the world began to know of Ethiopia. 1896, Haile Selassie was only 4 years old when that happened. And within 30-something years of that, man in Jamaica started preach of his divinity. At the time when we know say him about to come to the throne, and as soon as him hit the throne, first of all, have you ever heard of Joel Augustus Rogers? Joel Augustus Rogers is a Jamaican historian. He's from Westmoreland, moved to New York by the age of 7 or 11, one of them. Then began to travel the world and self-publish. He was obsessed with proving that black people had a history different from just being slavery and whatever white Europeans. So he's the one who started to research on how black people were in Egypt, and he's the one who researched and said Ethiopia had kings going back to Solomon. And he was the journalist who was present at Haile Selassie's coronation. There was a Jamaican there. and began writing stories in Marcus Garvey newspapers and Pan-African affiliated, and that's how the story came to Leonard Howell. That man could see, because remember, Haile Selassie is the 225th king of kings. So why this big about him? One to the other 224 before him, I will never hear of them. Because of this man, Joel Augustus Rogers. And so when Leonard Howell them see this and say, see that Black King, whereas National Geographic was there and show Prince Edward and all these European princes coming to Ethiopia for his coronation. A man in 1930 was a black man and have to ride third class on the train and down at the bottom of the ship when you travel, because you can't go up top with the white people them there, and you start see white people are come bow down to a black king. Set it right there, so nobody couldn't tell me nothing after that. Who this man? King of kings of it. Oh, what? This man a God. You know, see it. Even white people know say I'm a God. See them in the book there.